Airsofters. Today I'm going to be going over the KWA mid-cap magazine and the KWA M4 style Speedloader. This is the KWA M120 high cap, the K120 mid-cap. They are produced by manufactured by KWA. If you notice here quick, I put some electrical tape around the outside of my magazine. I'll get to that in a bit, just so you know. These are a mid-cap magazine that are spring-fed, so it's one continuous spring that holds 120 BBs. No wheel to wind at the bottom because these are a true mid-cap magazine. They are really, really great. They function well. They feed flawlessly. I've never had any problems. The more problems I've had are with the gun making them feed than the actual magazine feeding. I've been running these indoor and outdoor for a little over a year now, and I have never had one go bad. I had to clean one because it got a little dirt in it from an outdoor game, but other than that, they function flawlessly. The neat thing about them is this, going over the externals, I did put a Ranger plate on the bottom of it, which is these are made by PWS. No, they're not PWS. They're PTS, Magpul PTS, and they're the Ranger plate that helps you index your mags in and out of your magazine holders rather quickly and effortlessly, and so you're running efficiently in your tack vest or your load bearing equipment. I push down the little door. Base plate can come off to access the sleeve to get the guts out, so you can take it apart and clean it. This little door here opens up, and I'm not going to do it right now because sometimes it can be a little pain. But this little door lifts up, and that is attached to the long spring, which the spring comes, see, feeds down, comes back up, and then back down this way. So there's a long following spring in here. That spring allows you to install 120 BBs, and they go down in there. And this is a sleeve here that comes with them. This is the black one. I have heard they wanted to come out with a gray, or sorry, not a gray, a tan, and a OD or a dark earth green, foliage green, but I have not seen them yet. Anyway, the mag plate goes on, and then the mag goes back together. Really simple. So your internals can be cleaned and organized, and back to good, lubed up, ready for years and years of good use. Brings me to the KWA 450 round Speedloader. So what you do is you put your BBs in the bottom, fill up 450 in there, shut your door, you work them down to the feed lip area, which you can see is in there. There's a bunch of them come down and feed in this tube here, and then you have this door that opens on the bottom. They're exposing this little nub. That nub goes inside of the magazine hole. So you take these two, marry them together, and press it down. Then you're able to press down on the plunger and load BBs into the magazine, which works out pretty good. Like I said, it holds about 450-ish, and you can just load magazine after magazine after magazine, pump them in. You pump them up 5 or 6 in per each plunge. So each plunge you put in, you put in 5 or 6 BBs into the magazine. Do that enough to fill up 120, set it aside. Grab the next one, repeat as follows until it runs out. Then you open this little door, pour in more BBs, shut the door, back to plunging. When you're done, throw the safety door over the lip to keep it from getting dirt or anything else in it. Problem with this has been out for a couple of years now. These feeding lips have a tendency to break, and you see this one is busted off. And when you don't have, might have more BBs in it, if you open the door and you go to load, you pour BBs in, and they just come pouring out of that hole. They just pour all over the place. That's in part because that feed lip and that little O-ring that's there is busted out and missing, which leaves a bigger hole than the BBs need to retain themselves in the magazine. You tip it up, you'll pour everything that's in the little channel down here that's getting ready to feed out. So it's been a problem with KWA high cap Speedloaders, and they've known about it. And right now I'm proud to show they have a fix. This is the brand new one that I just got last week. Same dimension, same functionality, same plunger, same door for feeding, for loading, but they have retrofit and made a brass follower that is not going to chip out or break like its plastic counterpart did. So wow, that's pretty cool. So now, effortlessly insert BBs into Speedloader, fill, done. Without worry of chipping off that plastic feed lip. Wow, this is a major improvement. I'm really happy about it. I feel the problems stem from a BB partially sticking up out of that dome and the door coming down and pressing pressure between the BB and the floor of this lid and having nowhere to go except for break out the back. And that's what I have a feeling was the problem on these, was to come down and you said, or they'd be in somewhere and you'd press the plunger, which you'd want to push BBs, and if this door is shut, that BB is forced into the bottom of the plate of this and has nowhere to go except for blow out the back and shatter that feed lip right there, that little tiny retention lip. So with the brass one, there's no way that's going to happen. Your door is going to push away before you're going to break that brass lip. You're going to push it up, even if it was closed. The plunger is pushed. BBs are forced up the tube. They're going to push that door at least away enough to allow the BB to escape the path before breaking off that brass feed lip. Anyway, that's my review. I was glad to see that they've done this. The has changed. Nope. Same cosmetically. Dimensions are identical. Same. They just changed out that brass feed lip for the plastic one. That's great. I'll continue to keep my old one just because as a backup. I always like to have one. I have 2 or 3 that are busted off with feed lips, but I'll continue to keep one as a backup. But this is my new one. I'm really happy to see it. I fielded it last weekend. It performed flawlessly. I loved it to death. And then again, the KWA mid-caps. There can't be said more. The G&G looks really, really similar on the outside, the new G&G mid-cap. They're a 120 as well. They look like the G&G here instead of KWA, and they look almost like they're put out by the same people. But anyway, it's a really great mid-cap. I use them exclusively in my gun. And that's my review on the KWA mid-cap and their Speedloader. Like, comment, subscribe. Any questions, please hit me up on the chat. And if I missed anything, I apologize. But they are really great work. Oh, this one's got a safety unit, so you can push that safety over to where it won't let the Speedloader compress. So, good little feature. No. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe.